everybody? It's your girl, your host, A. Millie for the Sip and Sit podcast. And I am elated, and I have to say elated to have the princess of Real Housewives of Potomac, the shade assassin, the shade queen. She's an artist. She's a singer. She is a dancer. Give it up, everybody, for Mrs. Candiace Dillard-Bassett.
Thank
Hey, Candiace.
you.
Thank you for coming on
Hi.
the Sip and Sit.
Thank you for having me, Amelie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, I had to get you because you have been very busy lately. You have been on the move. And with your music, your tour, how was it for you as an artist to go on your first tour? How was that moment for you?
It was definitely surreal. I had been speaking and talking about wanting to go on tour. Um, and just putting it out there, just full disclosure, I was terrified at the thought of going on tour. But
Really?
I always believe that, the things that scare you are the things that you really should work the hardest to conquer and
Mm,
work the hardest to get in front of so that you can conquer that fear. So I started talking about, wanting to do a tour. And then City Winery has a beautiful location in the DC area, and I know that they have locations in most major cities. And I said, it would probably be the easiest thing if we could get City Winery, the national office, to
mm,
agree to just let us come up in there with the band and these dancers and do a little tour. And I had my team working on it, not really thinking that it would ever come to fruition. And it did. And they were so amazing, so hospitable, really happy to have me
mm,
in all of their venues. And as quickly as it came, it went. I feel
mhm.
like it happened years ago now, even though it was just about a month and a half.
So, how was that moment for you to see your name in lights on everywhere as Candiace the artist? Just to have your name like as the artist, how was that for you?
It's really validating to see.
Mm,
I have been an artist in my head my whole life. I've always been a singer. I've always been a performer. I used to dance around my room until I was
mm,
sweating to Whitney Houston songs, to Toni Braxton songs, to Brandy songs. Um, and so to be living what I did when no one was watching,
mm,
um, is really special. And it almost doesn't it feels like a dream. It feels like
mm.
it's not happening until, you know, you're asking me about it. And then it's like, oh wow, that's real. That really is a thing. I really am doing what I said I wanted to do.
And you talked about um, being influenced by so many artists, and to see your dream coming to fruition, like it is just really amazing. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, see you at this point in your life as an artist on tour, releasing your album, and really getting ready to release another project? I know you have something coming up, but in your wildest dreams, did you ever think you would get here?
Yeah, Deep Space Deluxe is dropping very soon.
Mm,
Um, my next single, the debut single off of Deep Space Deluxe, Insecure, featuring Trina, is dropping this Sunday. So yeah, I think the way I can answer that is I I don't know that I saw it happening exactly like this, but I believe it.
mm,
I saw something, and I
mm,
knew that I was destined to do something great and to be great. Um and I just it's faith. I followed what I was called to do and
mm.
what I was shown, um and believed that if I did what I was supposed to do and did my due diligence and worked hard, that I would have what I knew was supposed to be mine. And so far it's all kind of coming
it's
coming
just
full circle.
coming together like bit by bit. And I love that you said faith, because it is something that, we grew up with, Christianity in the church, our grandparents, our mom. But I really love hearing artists. They talk about their faith. A lot of artists don't. And it seems
Mm.
to me that you followed your heart and your purpose as an artist, and you didn't care what anybody had to say as long as you believed it and you had the faith. And now look at you now.
Yeah. Yeah, my faith is it is the cornerstone of
Mm,
who I am and how I got here.
mm,
Um my relationship with God is the reason that I've gotten here, because he told me that I could be here, and I believed it. And um I worked hard for it. They say faith without works is dead. You got to work for it.
ooh, yes,
So
honey.
yes, yes. So it's been a labor of love. It's been a fun journey, a challenging journey, but a fun
Mhm,
one. A scary one, but a fun one.
mm,
And yeah, it all starts with faith and
mm,
believing it and
mm,
seeing um what you believe is possible for yourself. And that goes for anyone who has even the smallest idea of a dream or an idea.
mhm, mhm. As they say, mustard seed of faith goes a long way. Goes a long way. And I'm a
That's right.
testament to that. And you talk about, with this being a scary journey, but more so, a fun journey, because you recently performed at BravoCon. And can I say you brought the house down, honey? How was that,
Thank
performing
you.
in front of all the fans? And of course, your Bravo celebrities, your cast members. How was that for you?
So when they asked me to perform, first of all, I have to shout out Bravo, because the network has been incredibly supportive of
Mm,
my career endeavors from the very beginning. Andy, my boss, Andy still talks about Drive Back any chance he gets. Um, Anytime that I'm around the network executives or anyone that works for NBC Universal, they genuinely are excited about my music and about my singles and about the way that I'm rolling out my work. So the fact that they have helped me to use this platform to promote my music it's been invaluable, and I'm really appreciative of them for that. Um, when they asked me to do the performance at BravoCon, I I don't think I realized how big it would be,
mm.
and I didn't realize how big it was going to be until probably 20 minutes before the performance, 15,
Oh,
20 minutes before,
wow.
because I did a sound check in the
Mhm,
space. And the space, I mean, if you watch the episode, there were floor seats, and then there were
mhm,
theater seats that kind of went up, um one, two, there were three levels. um but it didn't occur to me that they would all be full. So I did the sound check was fine. um I'm dressed, I come onto the set, and they bring me in the back way, and I'm waiting in the wings to get mic'd. And I just so happened to like look up and catch a glimpse of the audience of the room,
mm.
and it was like human beings hanging from the walls and it was
I can
people
imagine.
everywhere. It was
Wow.
probably, I think Andy said it was like 5,000 people, 3 or
Wow. It was
5,000
a lot.
people.
It was a lot.
And I said, "Oh, have I performed live for a crowd this big before? I don't know that I have. This is insane." And I had a momentary like panic attack, like, okay, is this really happening? But then I said, you know what? Yeah, this is happening. You're going to do it. This is
Mm.
literally what you asked for. And here it is. So eat it up.
And
And
you ate, honey. You
I
ate and
went
left
out
no
there and
crumbs.
did it.
And you left no
Thank you.
crumbs. I was like, come on, Miss Candiace, with this drive back. It was so great to see most of the Bravo celebrities perform their songs. I don't think you guys have ever done that before.
No, BravoCon was definitely an event of firsts,
Mm,
right? There were so many events and so many collaborations and so many panels and activities that had never been done before on the Bravo platform. And BravoCon had happened. They'd done it once before, and then we planned to do it last year, but the pandemic sort of
right.
shut everything down in New York, so they postponed it to this year. And, people that had gone to the first one several years ago commented that, this was on a much grander scale. And it was, it was like the Olympics. It
It
was
was.
incredible. And the fans, I will never forget the experience of
Mm.
being around our fans. They are the most dedicated, most passionate, craziest fans I think I've ever come across. It was insane. They would be waiting outside of our hotels, waiting outside of the Javits Center, which is where most of the activities were
Mhm.
taking place, just all day waiting in the cold to take pictures. Just it was such a reminder of how special this platform is, and the support that we have as a network and as a cast.
And I cannot wait to actually be able to attend BravoCon. Like, I am such a huge Bravo fan, and I cannot wait to experience it myself, seeing you perform. And I want to talk about your new single because you just released a snippet with a hip
Yes.
hop legend, Miss the
Yes.
baddest Trina. How was that
Yes.
working with a hip hop legend for your new single, Insecure?
It was unreal. It was legendary. I mean, you said it. Trina is literally a hip hop legend. Women in hip hop have always had to work harder,
Hmm.
go faster, you know, be better than the rest. They cannot rest. They cannot um they have to go above and beyond just to get half of what our their male counterparts
Hmm.
are allowed to have. So for Trina to still be so relevant and so well known and still be making music and out in the public eye, she still looks amazing. She still got her
Yes, she
edges,
does.
honey, her eyebrows. She is still
Yes.
snatched. Like it is she's like a wizard, and she's the kindest, most down to earth, sweetest person you will ever meet. She's like the girl next door in many ways. She's just so chill, easy to talk to. She gave me really great advice
Mm,
on just surviving in the music industry space, in spaces where you are encountering naysayers and people who want to doubt you
mhm,
as a full-time job.
mhm.
um and it she just she enriched this record so much, and just there was no one else for this feature except for her.
And I cannot wait because you said it's dropping actually this Sunday, which is November 27th, right after. Is it going to be uh on the show, the episode coming up? Will it be released during the episode?
So it will be released, the song will be released right after the episode airs. So you will
Ooh.
see us in the episode. You see, the girls are in Miami right now. I
Mhm,
show up a little bit late
mhm.
because I'm shooting my scripted TV series for All Black TV. It's called Hush. That comes out December 1st.
Yes.
So I'm coming from DC shooting that, and Trina just so happened to be home, be in Miami
Mhm.
while we were there, which was like perfect. So you will see me on this episode going to meet Trina in the studio and finish the record. So you will get the full record available for streaming and downloading on all streaming platforms right after the episode wraps at 9.
Oh, I cannot wait for that because looking at the snippet and the visual that you dropped, I was like, okay, it's giving boss bitch energy. It is giving what it's supposed to give, honey, and I cannot wait
Thank
to see
you.
it on Sunday. Now, with you still being busy, like I said, you busy with being an artist and, of course, shooting season 7 of Real Housewives of Potomac, because you all bring it every season, and you literally have snatched my edges almost completely bald. But it seems like this season is a lot, and
Yeah.
it's more so targeted in your household with you and your husband. Chris, of course, with the accusations that Giselle, I almost said Gazelle, but Giselle made against Chris. Do you think that this was a planned attack? And do you think this was a group effort for a storyline?
Um, I mean, it looks that way, doesn't it? I think
It does.
what I love about our viewership and about our audience is that nothing gets past them for the most part. We have a viewership that is comprised of really intelligent, really smart people. And I'm really grateful that they've been able to see through the BS and read between the
Mhm,
really dry, parched, thirsty
mhm.
lines.
Allergic to
And
bullshit, as you say.
yeah, yeah, I am sneezing over here. Okay. Um, it's really unfortunate because what we're seeing this season, not just with me, but even with my homegirl Wendy and
Mhm,
with our other castmates, it's not representative of our show in any way. And I it's not representative of us as women.
mm,
And it's really unfortunate that we're back here. We're back to a place where um we are encountering a misuse and abuse um, of personal space.
mhm, mhm,
And I am very happy that I wasn't there for my own personal mental health. But in a
mhm,
lot of ways, I do wish that I was there
mhm,
because, I hate that Wendy was really forced to battle
mhm,
an entire table by
mhm,
herself. She did so with a lot of grace and a lot of,
mhm.
well,
She
not a lot
did.
of poise. Um, but yeah, it sucks to watch. I haven't actually watched the whole
Mhm.
episode yet. But the clips that I've seen, it really, I hate to see that.
And I do too, because I wanted to ask you, with this situation, and of course, us being beautiful brown skinned, dark skinned women, do you think that your cast members don't understand or to be held accountable of certain situations, um, between you and Wendy, if it was the other way around as far as being called aggressive, and especially on Sunday with Mia? I've been in
Mhm.
situations like that, but do you think they don't understand or choose to not be held accountable with those certain situations?
Yeah, I think you're talking obviously about colorism, and it's
Mhm,
been a conversation that's been welcomed by some, and thwarted and cast off by others.
mhm,
I think that anytime you have a situation where um, there are those who benefit from a system versus those who are um, on the opposite end of the spectrum, and do not benefit from a specific system, there has to be a common ground and an understanding before any forward movement can take place. And that's within our show, within any workplace,
mhm,
anywhere that you have human beings who come from different places, who look differently and come from different backgrounds. So it's a coming together and a meeting of the minds that
mhm,
has to happen before anything else can take place.
mhm. And I so agree with that. With me being a brown skinned woman, I do have friends or former friends that were of a lighter skin tone, and that was a touchy subject that nobody never wanted to talk about. But I was always kind of felt like, okay, being iced out for a reason,
Mm,
or being
mm,
deemed as too sensitive, too aggressive of a situation. But when you look at the other friend or another shade, it was like, whatever she said, it
right.
was
It's
it,
excused, or
it's
yeah,
excused. But
yeah,
if I
yeah.
were to bring something up or situation, I'm deemed as aggressive or too
Hmm.
sensitive or all up in my feelings. But and I
Yeah.
understand that, and
Yeah, no,
that's a
it's
topic.
definitely triggering for a lot of women,
Hmm.
myself included. I've also been in similar situations at different times in my life where I have experienced a very similar situations where the standard is different for someone
Yes.
who is of a lighter hue,
Hmm.
for the same interaction, indiscretion, situation, whatever it is. And you almost don't realize it in the moment. It takes having to step away and replay scenarios in your mind to say, wait a minute, something about this isn't right. And just in our everyday lives as people of color, we deserve to feel seen and heard and validated in those feelings. um, they can't and they shouldn't be swept under a rug. They have to be addressed. That's the only way to move forward. The only way that we're going to move forward is when we talk openly about it.
Hmm. And I agree. I feel like in reality TV, it's always shunned away. Even if you are working a 9 to 5, you're in entertainment, it's all that subject is so touchy and it's triggering, like you said, but it never wants to be talked about. And that's something that I wanted to ask you that question and get your opinion, because it needs to be talked about, because it is very prevalent. We have young
Mm,
females, young girls that are coming up that deal with this in the school system every single
yeah,
day. And that is
yeah,
something that needs to be talked about in church, in your homes,
yes,
even in the
yes,
classrooms. It has to
yes,
stop. And when will it end? That's all I want to say.
yeah.
When will it end? What can you tell me about the rest of the season for Real Housewives of Potomac? Because on this episode that just aired, you were not present, but this episode you will be back with the girls. So, what can you tell me? What can we look forward to for the rest for season 7?
See, this season has moved faster than any season prior to. I
I
think
noticed that. Yeah.
we do not stay in one place for longer than 5 minutes. It's really fast paced, which in a way is keeps it interesting for the
Mhm.
viewer. And it was definitely a whirlwind for all of us. But you're going to get a lot more dynamics between all of us. So the dynamics you've seen at the beginning of the season, you'll see some of that pick back up. There'll be
Mm.
new fights.
Oh.
We go on our international trip. On our international trip, there'll be some new uh issues and some new foes that are made created or revived, if you will.
Mm.
um and yeah, there's a lot of interesting dynamics between Mia and her friend Jacqueline, that everybody will see. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very colorful,
Mhm.
um ebbing and flowing kind of
Mhm.
season. Yeah.
And speaking of Mia in this season, there was a Instagram she posted on her Instagram actually today. She was talking about the situation on Sunday night's episode, and that she needs to move on.
Mm.
So, Candice, do you think that she's for real about moving on? Is she gonna come back next season? Or because she has said that before and she was back.
Right.
So she just put it on her Instagram about moving on. Do you think that this seeing her in this light and getting all this backlash will probably be the last we'll see of Mia?
I mean, I'm not Mia. I'm not in her head. I can't speak for her. I haven't spoken to her about her Twitter announcement. Um, I can tell you that it's unprecedented to quit. Mid season
Mhm.
like this. It's happened before, but decisions about from on the side of the network, they don't really make those decisions
Mhm.
or speak on our employment until the end of the season, until
Mm.
after the reunion. So I would hate for her to bow out this way. I think
Mhm.
that I've said before, I think that Mia is she's a sweet girl. I think she has a good heart. I think that she just gets caught up in uh, the drama of um, wanting to be accepted by
Mm.
people that she thinks are, that girl. And the
Mhm.
sooner that she realizes that she has to be that girl for herself, the better off she'll be. These women are not for anybody but themselves.
Ooh.
And that's what Mia is. That's the lesson she has to learn. And I would
Mhm.
like to hope that before she exits the platform, um, that she would face that and learn that and understand that, and not allow um, puppeteering to
Ooh.
run her off of a
Ooh.
platform that she was in that she was introduced to.
Mm. Ooh, puppeteer the tea, honey, the tea. I want to shift gears and talk about the Ultimate Girls Trip, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 3. You are on that season, and I cannot wait. I know that you were filming both seasons as well. You guys went to Thailand. How was that experience? Because I'm curious to know, how was that on a trip for, I don't know, maybe 10 days with different women from each franchise? How was that for you, Candiace?
Yeah, so we wrapped Potomac and we were on the flight to Thailand about 2 weeks later.
Wow.
So there was really no time in between to gather yourself, to catch your breath, to say a prayer, nothing. Um, so yeah, it was definitely a cluster bleep. There was a lot going on. Um, this group of women that were on the trip are all so unique and so different and just wildly intricate. Um, that it was very interesting to see us all in the house together. Yeah.
And I'm interested to see it because who did you get along with most on this trip and who brought the drama?
Well, we all brought the drama. Literally every single one of us brought the drama.
Mhm.
Um, you'll be surprised by who I ebbed and flowed with.
Mhm.
It surprised me, so you'll have to tune in to see that.
And I cannot wait because during the trailer at BravoCon, because you don't have any shame in your game, Candice. You're gonna call it out. You're gonna tell it like it is. But you did call out Miss Portia Williams on at BravoCon on the trailer, and I thought it was hilarious. And you did not hold back. So I am curious to know that dynamic of you and Portia Williams getting along on this trip.
Yeah, it's very interesting, the journey that we go on.
Mhm.
So I look forward to everyone watching that.
And I cannot wait. When will the new season air?
We do not have a date yet.
Oh,
So as soon as we have a date, the people will know.
I really cannot wait because Usually with Ultimate Girls Trip, a lot of people have been, sharing rooms, and of course, season two, they didn't go anywhere. They were with at Greystone Manor. And I
Yes,
want to
Greystone
know,
Manor,
did you
yes.
have your own room this season?
Um, you'll have to wait and see. That's a good question. Yes, you'll
Ooh,
have to wait and see.
because
Yeah.
on this trip on Real Housewives of Potomac, you were sharing a room with Wendy, and I had to ask if you had your own room. That's all.
Yeah, we that Mexico, that trip was insane. The room sharing stuff, that takes an interesting turn, which you'll see this coming week.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And I want to ask you, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it on this trip with these ladies?
Um if it meant that I was able to meet and work with Trina again, yes.
Mm, mm. I
That was
love
the highlight for me.
I love that. Now, I know earlier you talked about you have a new series coming out on All Black. It is called Hush. And let me tell you, that trailer, oh my God, it was spicy, honey. It
Thank
was
you.
spicy. It gave me sex. It gave me lust. It gave me murder. It was giving. And I want to know, how did you prepare for your character? Because you play a housewife who is married to one of DC's eligible bachelors. And how did you prepare for this role? And just tell me a little bit about what we can expect on Hush.
Yeah, so this was my first role where I was engaging in intimate scenes.
Mm.
I had the pleasure of working with Octet Productions, the same production company, on the Christmas lottery for BET 2 years ago. And my character had actually two boyfriends at different points in the film. And, we had like some light stuff, like a kiss here and, you know, we're going to lay in the bed and cuddle. But this Hush was a far cry from, that's child's
Mhm.
play compared to what you see with Hush. So that was, first of all, a conversation with my husband who, um, we always knew this day would come because
Mhm.
I'm an actor that is committed to delivering the story, and if it makes sense
Mhm.
for intimate scenes to be written and woven into the story, then that's what the character has to deliver. And Chris is very supportive of everything that I do. So we had to have that conversation, and I had to prepare him for what was coming, and then I prepared myself,
Mhm.
just talking with my director, Chaz, and just making sure that we were blocking out everything. Um, my the Terrell that plays my husband is Lon Ray is his name. Um, he was amazing. He made it really easy to actually not just get through it, but
Mhm.
to really stay in the moment and deliver believable scenes. It was easy to trust him, and we had great chemistry. So it was a lot, but the prep is in just making sure that um, your expectations are communicated to
Mhm.
the directors and to the crew. The set was closed, which I asked for. Everybody was wrapped up. So I had like nude undergarments, and
Mhm.
Lonray had like a sock thing. So there weren't any actual parts hanging out. It's a lot of prep, but um, I felt really supported by everyone. So it made it really easy to give what you will see.
And I cannot wait for that. How was it working on set with so many talented actors like Joyful Drake, Erica
Yeah.
Mena, which I'm a huge fan of, Karen Ward, and of course T.S. Madison? How was that working on set with all of those ladies?
It was magical blackness on steroids, honestly. It was
Mm.
an amazing fun set to be on. I I could not have asked for a better group of people to work with. Karen Ward Ross is an incredibly talented actor. Really, really sweet, really down to earth. Everyone really was really down to earth. Erica's like became like a sister to me. We bonded, over our sort of parallel
Mm,
experiences and lives up
mhm,
getting up to this chapter, moving into scripted TV. She's just such a kind, genuine person. um TS Madison is hilarious, super sweet. Just a real chick, like a real woman. Just um I don't even think that people really get to see the side of her that I
mhm.
got to experience on set. Yeah, everyone was amazing. Joyful is a veteran actor. She's
Yes,
been in everything. Even right
yes.
now, promoting Hush,
Mhm,
she's promoting like four different projects at once. She's like, "When do you sleep?" Because she's married with a daughter. She was with us in DC shooting, and like had all these other projects happening at the same time. So I just, I was in awe of her. And she's so professional and easy to work with. And just she's someone that could be intimidating because she's such a well-versed actor, and she's not. She
mhm,
really, worked and made herself available to
mhm.
all of us. So everyone was amazing.
And I love that. I remember coming up and when Joyful Drake was in Fat Girls, I was such a huge
Yes.
fan when she played in that movie. She really brought it down. Of course, all
Yeah.
these ladies. I cannot wait to see this new show because it actually premieres on December 1st, right?
Yes, it does, on All Black TV. So make sure that you have the streaming service. Download it now so you can be ready
Yes.
to get the episodes every week.
Ooh, so it's every week. So how many episodes is there?
I believe it's 8 episodes. I believe it's 8.
We need to stretch that. I need a whole like season. I know with 8 episodes because from the trailer, it just was so juicy and spicy. I'm like, oh, please be
Yeah.
10, at least 10 or 20. Give a sister
Well,
something.
listen, from your lips to God's ears,
Mm,
you need to write a letter to AMC, because pilot seasons are usually 6 or 8 episodes. So because
mhm,
this is the series premiere of this show, we have to prove ourselves. And we absolutely did.
mhm,
We Our cast, we killed it. Our editors killed it, our directors killed it. Lighting, everything. Just
mm.
our set directors, from top to bottom, everyone showed up and went the extra mile. So I am praying that we get a second season, but I want you all to see the first season and let us know what you think.
I cannot wait for that. I know it is Sagittarius season, and you actually have a birthday coming up, right?
I do.
Ooh, so do
Yes.
you have any plans coming up for your birthday?
Yes. So I every the holiday season is it's also my birthday season. So
Mhm,
it feels like a double triple celebration. I love this time of year. I'm big on family. This is the time of year that I spend the most with my family. I love decorating. I love just being in the holiday spirit.
mhm.
And then every year we have an ugly sweater Christmas birthday party. So we'll be doing
Ooh.
that this year, and just enjoying life and
Mhm.
celebrating all of the success of 2022, which has blown me out of the
Yes,
water. So
and this year has really been an amazing one for you. What can we expect from you in 2023?
you can expect more greatness, more
Mm.
increase, more
Ooh,
of me challenging myself, um you're just going to see a lot more of me. So I just advise everyone to get used to my face, cuz I'm here. I'm hoping to be able to complete a Christmas EP. I've been wanting to do that for some
Oh,
time.
wow.
You'll be getting Deep Space Deluxe, of course.
Mhm.
I'll be touring again. We'll be touring City Winery Nashville and some other cities as well. New York will be in there, potentially Pittsburgh, potentially St. Louis.
Mhm.
Um, I could be partnering with Live Nation on some shows with some other big R&B artists, so look out for that as well. And like I said, I'm praying that once everyone is just blown away by Hush, by our first season of Hush, that we'll be working on a second season as well.
I don't know how you do it, Candiace, but I am so elated for you. And I hope that on your tour, you get a chance to come to Alabama. I'm from Alabama, raised
Oh, I
here.
love that.
Yes. And of course, I am an
Yes.
HBCU grad as well. I know you are a Howard
Yes.
grad. I am a
That's,
graduate of
yep, HU.
Alabama State University. I know we played you guys back in August. And of course, you
Yes.
are. And of course,
Womp.
but my brother is a graduate of Howard. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yes. Love a bison.
Of course, I love it's nothing but HBCU love. That's what I love
Yes.
about it. And
100%.
Candiace, I want to play a little game with you, and it's called the spill. Nothing too hard. Of course, this is, the holiday. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. And I want to know which cast member is most likely not to cook a meal. Who do you think is most likely not to cook a meal?
That would be Karen.
The grand dame herself.
The Grand Dame is not cooking a meal. No.
Oh, wow. Who is most likely to forget something on a holiday trip?
Forget something. Robin.
I
Yes.
could believe it. I could believe it after seeing this past episode. Yeah, I could believe it. Who is
Yes.
most likely to get drunk during the holidays?
Ooh, probably me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so are you more so a brown girl, or do you drink white liquor, or you like a mixed drink?
I'm a brown girl first. I do love a reposado tequila though.
Oh,
And I love wine. I don't
mhm.
discriminate. I love all wines depending on the season. And I love champagne. So
Hmm.
I love it all. Just
You
depends on the mood.
you love it all. Same here. Who is most likely to always be on their phone?
Oh my gosh. Always on their phone. Maybe Wendy?
Oh, okay. The professor. Okay. Who is
Yes.
most likely to get a speeding ticket?
Karen.
Really, the grand dame
Yes.
herself?
Karen be booking it in her Maserati. Yes.
Who is most likely to get a man first? Ashley or Giselle?
You broke up. Who's most likely to what?
Who's most likely to get a boyfriend first? Ashley or Giselle?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, ooh. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, honey.
Mhm.
And the last one, and I have to ask this: who cooks better between Chris and your mom during the holidays?
Oh my gosh. Ooh, that is unfair. Well, there you can't compare because you can't compare Southern home cooking
Mm,
to a classically trained French chef. Like that, it's just you're getting different things.
yeah.
But I will say that my mom may be letting my husband make the macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So she trusts him to make the mac and cheese. I think that's a good baton pass.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
So he's on macaroni and cheese duty like me. I hope mine doesn't burn. But of course, with Chris being a chef, I think his would probably turn out nicer than mine.
Yes. His is really good. I don't know if it's better than yours, but his is really good.
Now, Candice, do you cook during Thanksgiving?
I do. So when we're home, I usually make butternut squash soup
Ooh.
and the greens and a corn pudding. Those are the three things that I usually make. But since we're at my mom's house and I got here kind of late, my mom and my grandmother mostly took care of everything. So
So
I'm just gonna be I'll be eating and then doing the dishes after.
okay, so you are on dish duty. Okay. See, I'm not on dish duty, but I don't want to speak too soon because I think my mom
You
probably will
never
put me on
know.
dish duty. You really never know. Candice,
You
what
could
is something
be.
I always ask this during my interviews, and what is one quote or one affirmation that you live by each and every day?
Yeah, mine is to go confidently in the direction of your dreams and
Ooh,
live the life you've imagined for yourself. It's a Thoreau quote. It has gotten me this far, so I'm going to take it with me to the next chapter.
I love that. And Candice, I just want to thank you again for coming on the Sip and Sit podcast. You did spill some tea. You kept it cute as always, honey. But of course, you're family now, so you got to come back to the Sip and Sit.
I would love to. Thank
You
you.
have to come back again, you guys. Make sure you stream Insecure. It drops on November 27th on Sunday during after the Real Housewives of Potomac. And make sure you stay tuned, of course, and stream on All Black. Hush, it is coming and premiering on December 1st. Candiace Dillard-Bassett, it has been a pleasure, hon. Thank you so much for coming on the Sip and Sit.
Thank you so much, Amelia. I appreciate it.
Yes. Until next time.
Bye-bye.